Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well today. I can't really, I have an issue that I left my headphones and I'm in a public place today. So I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, just tell me that you are hearing me okay. I bought the wrong headset and it does not connect to my computer. So I am working at a disadvantage somewhat today, but I hope you can hear me okay. Good. I'm glad that you can hear me. Good morning. Good morning. I am Dr. Helen. I am the host of the Accelerated Healing Detox Bootcamp, as well as the host of the Faith Building Bootcamp. I am the author of Reverse It and the Reverse It Success Journal, and the developer of the Reverse It course on how to reverse type 2 diabetes and other chronic illnesses. Today we are on day 9. We're on day 9. Can you believe it? Day 9. Tomorrow is the last day of juicing. It goes so fast. I tell you that it goes so fast. So tomorrow's the last day of juicing. Today is the last day of our orange juices. So I don't know where you're starting, if you're starting on day 1 or if you're starting on day 2 or if you're starting on day 9, but whichever place you're starting, if you're starting on level 1 or day 1, then welcome. If you're starting on day 2, welcome back. And if you're starting on day 9, look at you because you're still here. I'm so excited about this. I know that there are people who are, that's right, feeling good. There's lots of energy. People are reporting weight loss. People are reporting low blood sugars, low blood pressures. People are reporting that they're sleeping better. They're reporting that their pain is better. So all of these things are great. And I am so excited to be a part of the transformation for so many of you out there. We do have a couple of announcements where we are just reminding you to drink lots of water. I think that the way that we're doing it, and I just want to make sure we got this, is we're drinking water in the morning with lemon, L-glutamine, and probiotics if you're participating in gut repair. And if you're not, drink the water with lemon in it. Then we're also going to drink our juices. We drink 4 to 6 juices every day. And then between the juices, we'll drink some water. So about 8 ounces of water. So you're going to drink a juice and then water, etc., just to make sure you're flushing out the toxins. We talked about that a little bit before. The other thing is that I know we have been talking about walking. We talked about starting to walk and to do the stretches, because the stretches are actually increasing the surface area so that your glucose can uptake easier, which means that that'll produce more energy for your muscles so you can move a little bit better and increase your endurance. So that is one thing. But now after day 10, I want to start something different. So I want you to find a place, not different, but in addition to. And and I want you to add this is important. And no matter what stage of life you're in, this is important to have lower body strength. One of the things that I find is that many of the people who, as we get older, we start to have balance issues and weakness in the lower extremity, and it's difficult for us to get up and move. So what I'd like for you to do is to start sitting on the floor. I know this seems like not a huge exercise, but I want you to exercise like your stretches. Sit on the floor, get on the floor, get yourself a mat, and then practice getting up from the floor. Or have a low chair and practice getting up from a low chair. And you're going to be practicing that without using your hands as much as you can. You may need to use your hands in the beginning, but after a while, you'll notice that you'll get stronger and stronger, and you'll just be able to get up with less assistance from your hand. This is important because as we get older, we want to make sure we maintain balance. We want to make sure we maintain strength, because one of the number one reasons that older people die is because they fall. And when they fall and they fracture their hip, I've seen it so much, they fracture their hip, then they have to have hip surgery, and then shortly after that, they end up dying. So make sure that you are using your strength while you have an opportunity to work on it, knowing that you're strengthening those muscles that will keep you mobile, and upright so that we can prevent falls as we get older. That was one of my specialties in my training as a physiatrist or as a physical medicine and rehabilitation doctor, was helping people after they fell to try to get back some recovery. But I believe that what we should be doing is working ahead of that so that we can prevent the falls in the first place and we can prevent the hip fractures. All right, next on the announcement list is to save your carrot pulp, and you can save your other pulp. The way you can do that is you can just take it and freeze. You can put it in a container. We talked about glass containers yesterday, and then you're gonna put it in the freezer and keep that until you can keep it for later use. We're going to be using the carrot pulp coming up probably in the next 6 or 7 days. So go ahead and freeze it. I think it's the 6 or 7 days. I have to look again, but go ahead and freeze it until it's time to use it for a later date. Now, a lot of, I was talking to my sister and we were talking about the peels and what she does with her peelings. And I thought it was an amazing idea to take your peelings of your lemon or your orange or grapefruit or whatever, to take those peels that you're not juicing, and even pineapple, dehydrate them, and you can actually use them for different things. So particularly the lemon or the citrus fruit, you can take that peel, you can dry it out in the oven or dry it out in a dehydrator, and then you can grind it up and make a powder out of it. So you got yourself some zest to put in your different dishes. Or you can use it for potpourri. So you can make potpourri out of it and mix it with different things and have natural fragrances for the home, so that you're not using those plugins that put toxins into your house. You can actually have some natural fragrances that will be beneficial for you by just the food. And that way we're not wasting it too much. Some of you may be interested in keeping all of the pulp and or the scraps and composting them. And next year's detox, we're going to do some composting and planting gardens and things like that. So I hope, I can't wait. I'm so excited about that. But to suffice it to say that this time, if you have some scraps that you want to use, you can actually use them both for composting and for drying them out. Pineapple skins are very good as well. You can actually wash the pineapple very well, and then you take the peelings of the pineapple and you're going to put those peelings in a pot and boil them and make pineapple tea. Okay, so is that delicious or what? Some pineapple tea is absolutely incredible. So that is another option that we can use. So that's the end of those announcements. Now, if you would like to participate in a TikTok, I got some correction. Let me see. So the way that we're going to do it, if you were on the call this morning, we are doing a TikTok on, of course. And so the way that we're going to do it is what we're supposed to say is, okay, I'm building my faith. Of course, I'm such and such. I'm detoxing. Of course, I'm such and such. So that's the way it is. So we announce what we're doing first, and then we say, of course, I'm doing something. Somebody asked if we want it today. If we can get it by Friday, would be great. If we can get it by Friday, today is Wednesday, so that gives you 2 days to work on it. But if we can get it by Friday morning, you're going to send it to media@p2whealth.com. And that is available for you in the chat. We are starting interval 2. Interval 2 is in the email that I sent you. If you did not purchase the bundle originally, interval 2 is next. I put an email that has all of the intervals and all of the tools that are necessary, including the bundle at the bottom that you can click and purchase at will, whichever one you decide you want to participate in. The emails that we send out are emails. I heard that I was told that there were some people that had problems with the email and weren't able to click on them. And I think that was for day 7. I have corrected that, and you should be able to click on those links. You can also share those links with your friends, families, neighbors, whoever you think may be interested in participating, share the link, and they will click on at the top of the email. The email will say Faith Healing Bootcamp, and then it'll say Accelerated Healing Bootcamp, and you will send them the entire email, and then they will click on it. Make sure that they check in their spam, because many times the emails will land in the spam, and if it's there, they can pull it out from the spam, and they should confirm their email. They go to their email after they sign up and confirm their email. Look for it if they don't see it, because it's probably in spam, and then they will be able to sign up and participate. Now we talked about continuing with the gut repair with the L-glutamine and the probiotics. And then we talked about when we go into our interval 2, we're going to be drinking juices between the smoothies. The smoothies are going to be about 32 ounces, and you're going to drink water between each one of those smoothies. And they are nice and filling and delicious, and they're green. So you're continuing to get chlorophyll, meaning you're continuing to build your blood cells for that circulation that we talked about, because circulation is key. If you did not see the video on circulation is key, please go back and review it. Please also, while you're there, thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and share. That would be important, and it would really help us get the information out to as many people as possible, so that we can navigate through the grocery stores and navigate through life for our best health. That was it. Okay, so we have gotten through all of our announcements, and I have asked my nephew to come in and talk about his experience. And I want to know if you got the link to join in. If you do have the link to join in, please join in now. If you did not, please, I'm going to send it one more time. If you did not get the link, I'm sending it one more time so that you can have that. It looks like you did, but just in case, I'm sending it again. Okay, now, and I'm going to talk until I see him on the stage. He actually has class at 8:30, so I want him to get on there before he goes to class. But we're going to talk about hidden figures today, a second one of hidden figures. And today's hidden figure that we're going to highlight is parabens. I don't know if you have heard of parabens or not. Parabens. So she has the link, but she can't see it. You have to go on stage, and you have to go into the studio, and then we can just allow your mic and cam access to get into the studio. Let me make sure she says that she's in backstage, but I do not see you, just so you know that I do not see you in the backstage. And you do have the correct link. You have to allow your mic and access, and you click allow, and then it will allow you to come in. Yes, and then once you see that, you'll click on enter studio. Alrighty, that sounds good if you can see that. Alrighty, we're gonna keep going, because I don't want to keep you folk. Okay, not sure where the holdup is, but try it again, please. We're going to talk about parabens, and the parabens are synthetic chemicals used as preservatives, and it's used in cosmetics, personal care products, pharmaceuticals. The goal of it is to prevent mold and bacteria and yeast, and it also is to extend the life of the product. Now, the problem with parabens is they are what we call endocrine disruptors, and that means they mimic estrogen in your body so that it can cause hormone imbalances. And you're thinking that these things that are these hormones, these hormone disruptors or imbalancers are found in things like your lotion, like in your creams and moisturizers. It's also found in shampoo and conditioners. It is found in sunscreen and styling products, as well as makeup, like the foundation that you put on, the lipstick, the eyeshadow, mascara, and blush. You're going to find that there are parabens in all of those things. Deodorants, shower gels, shaving creams. So men are getting them as well. And can you imagine that if you're getting these excess estrogens, there may be men who may have a lower sperm count because their bodies are getting more estrogen than they should. So men can get this too. We find it in topical medications as well. So it is important to avoid these hormone disruptors. And there are ways to do that. There are ways to avoid the hormone disruptors. The interesting thing about them is that they are something called xenoestrogens. I don't know if you have heard of the term xenoestrogens or phytoestrogens. Those are two extremes of the same type of estrogen. So estrogen is the natural hormone that our body makes, but xenoestrogens are estrogens that are synthetic, that mimic estrogen, that are synthetic mimickers of estrogen. Phytoestrogens are plant estrogens. And so those are the things that you'll find in sweet potatoes and soybeans and tofu and tempeh. But the xenoestrogens they are actually 10,000 times more potent than phytoestrogens or normal estrogens. So they tend to go to the receptors, particularly of the breast tissue and maybe ovaries and the uterus, and get to those tissues. And that's where they can actually cause these changes in the tissue when it hits those estrogen receptors, and cause the problems that we are experiencing with cancers. Now, they are saying that it is actually considered safe because the research is inconclusive. But I I have seen, or let me say, I believe in being safe. And when I find information and research that actually shows that these xenoestrogens, paraben in this case, have been found in the tumors of breast tissue. So even though they say it's safe, it should not be in the tumors of breast tissue, which would say to me that parabens are not as safe as they are said to be. So what other things do they cause? Well, we are also seeing that people are using these xenoestrogens, these synthetic estrogens, and they are using them. In some cases, it can reduce hot flashes and vaginal dryness, but in other cases, it can cause other problems. And you're finding these things. They're not quite as forever chemicals as as what we talked about yesterday with the BPA, but there are in so many products. And what we're finding is that we're seeing an increased risk of not only breast cancer, but prostate cancer, testicular cancer, obesity, infertility, endometriosis, early puberty, miscarriages, and diabetes. So these things are really, really strong. In addition to that, and I don't have a slide on this, but some of the meat analogs, when you look at your meat analogs, you want to look on there. If they talk about isolated soy proteins or different parts of a soy protein instead of a whole soy, then they are actually increasing the amount of estrogen that may include some chemicals in them. And so I am very careful on the use of those products. I only use them on occasion and not on a regular basis. And I learned that the hard way because we used to use them on a regular basis. And my daughter, when she was 7 years old, started developing breast buds. At 7 years old, we were eating, I think, like Morningstar Farms or something. We were eating it like every day for breakfast. And I noticed that she had breast buds. And I looked at the back on the ingredients and I saw that they had these protein isolates, these soy isolates. And so I was like, okay, so I stopped using them and the breast buds disappeared. So It is very serious about the stimulation of breast tissue. I've experienced it. Not only does it cause that on early onset puberty, but miscarriages and diabetes. What's also interesting is that we think that breast cancer is just for women. I see that breast cancer is just for women, but 1% of men will develop breast cancer. So it is important not just for women, but also for men to try to reduce the exposure of these parabens. So what do? You make sure you read your labels very, very carefully. Make sure that you are not seeing parabens, and you'll see things like methylparaben, propylparaben, butylparaben. Those any of those, there's probably four different ones that you'll see more commonly. So anytime you see something that says paraben, then do not use it. As a matter of fact, when you look at products, they'll be happy to say that it's paraben free, because it shows that they are not putting in, because of the concern of all of the conditions that we talked about. Number two is focus on whole foods. That's what we're doing during this entire process. And as we learn how to continue, as long as we continue throughout this process, then go to we can increase the amount of whole foods that we are consuming. So we are consuming them and focusing on them as whole foods. Number three, there is a website. I got you. There is a website that says that is called ewg.org. And I give that as a resource because it will tell you and show you, and it will show you how what foods and what products are high in parabens. So ewg.org is a very good resource. And that is the reason that we are detoxing. We are detoxing because it's hard to get rid of the BPA. It's hard to get rid of or to avoid the BPA. It's hard to avoid the toxins. It's hard to avoid the parabens. But we can look for products that are paraben free. So that is what I want to say. Now, I know that there may be some questions. So while I bring Sebastian on stage, I would like for you to put your question in the chat, and we will get to them as we are able in the next 7 minutes of our time together. Sebastian, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on today and for sharing your testimony about what the juices have done for you. When you told me that the other day, and I said, Sebastian, would you come on my live to share that testimonial? You said, yes, I will do, and you were so willing. So I just thank you so much for doing that. So can you tell us what experience you've had with the juices?
It helps me focus more. And it helps you to pay attention to what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to not to do.
Okay. I see that.
It helps me sleep, not to toss and turn.
Not do what?
To toss and turn.
Oh, okay. Does it help you in any other way?
Yeah. It helps me not to be It helps me not to be like energetic, so I'm not like all over the place.
Yes. Yeah. And that is awesome. That is awesome. I'm so glad. Now, what is your favorite juice?
The pineapple juice and the carrot juice.
Yeah, you like that one?
I like the red juice. And
you like the red?
Yeah. Green and... Wait, what else juices have you been doing?
Well, we did the green first, and then we did the red, and now we're doing the orange, which is the carrot.
And the pineapple one was so good.
Good. I'm so glad that you like them. And I'm so glad that you were able to come on and share your experience about what this detox has done for you so far. I'm so proud of you too. And I'm glad that you're able to focus, and yay, I got mine too. I can toast to you. Here you toast. I'm so glad that you're able to focus and sleep better. I'm glad that you're able to pay attention when you need to pay attention and that you're not so all over the place. That is amazing. And I'm glad that it's been able to do that for you. So thank you so much, Sebastian. I know you have class in 4 minutes and you need to get ready for it. So thank you for coming on. And somebody said that you have the forehead of a genius. And
That was Andy. He said that.
Well, thank you so much, Sebastian. And thank you so much, B, for coming on and sharing his testimony with you. I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye. Do well in class, okay?
Okay.
All right. There you've heard it from a 7-year-old, who loves drinking the juices and what his experience has been with drinking juices. He's had increased focus, increased clarity, we can say. He's got better attention and sleeping better, which is really, really a good thing. So guys, tomorrow we are going to continue on our series of we're going to continue on our series of hidden figures. We have a few more to tell you about things that are hidden and that you would never know about if if it hasn't been brought to your attention, and what effect they have on your health. So we're going to follow through with that, and we're going to be able to see the different parts that are hidden that are detrimental and cause damage to our health. So if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat. If there are no questions, we will go on to tell you that we will meet again tomorrow on our Faith Building Bootcamp at 6 a.m. if you're participating there. If you are participating in the Accelerated Healing Detox Bootcamp, we will be here again at 8 a.m. And if you are interested in learning more about how to reverse type 2 diabetes and other chronic illnesses, please pick up the Reverse It book on how to reverse type 2 diabetes and other chronic illnesses that is available on Amazon. And use the Reverse It Success Journal to monitor your success during this 40-day Accelerated Healing Detox. Both of those are available on Amazon. The Power Pack Immune Booster is available at www.p2whealth.com, and our TikTok project will accept those videos, and they don't have to be long. We're talking about 10 or 15 seconds. We just need you just 10 or 15 seconds. I'm detoxing. Of course, I am feeling good. I'm detoxing. Of course, I'm sleeping better. I'm detoxing. Of course, my blood sugars have improved, etc., etc. So it only needs to be about 5 or 10 seconds. You can send them to media at P as in pain, the number 2, whealth.com. Again, media at P, the number 2, whealth.com. I am Dr. Stoddard, and I am so, oh yes, the reference is EWG.org. Again, EWG.org. Okay, EWG.org. I am so glad that you guys are participating in this Accelerated Healing Detox Bootcamp, because apparently you know that health is the new currency, and I am so glad you're spending it wisely. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.